torí mọ́mì mi ò ní, dáàdì mi ò ní owó.
Chestrad International's I Will Give initiative has evolved into a movement whose impact is hard to ignore, with core investment areas like early learning, health, youth, girls and women.
We can translate the entire concept of giving, of philanthropic giving, into a specific area of the community that would enhance overall development, such as the early learning for children particularly, and secondly, the prospect of enhancing commercial activities in the marketplace, that is, enhancing business activities of market women particularly. And that's my concept of wanting to be a lead sponsor now for the next 2 years, basically.
Àwọn ìyálọ́jà kan wà tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ní bébì tí wọ́n tán dẹ̀ fẹ́ sáré lọ sí ọjà oko tàbí ọjà Ìbàdàn tàbí lọ sí Èkó tí wọ́n rí bí gbé ọmọ sí. So tí wọ́n bá ní crèche, so ó máa ràn wá lọ́wọ́ gan gidi láti pé ká gbé síbẹ̀ ká fi sáré lọ ká fi padà dé.
Ó máa wúlò torí èmi náà ń gbé ọmọ dání, mò ń gbé bébì dání. Tó bá ti bá dẹ̀ rí tí bá rí crèche tó wà nítòsí, wọ́n bá mi monitor ẹ̀ dáadáa pé ọmọ rìn kiri orí títì oṣù kò ní sí yẹn ń bẹ̀. Àti tí bá fẹ́ fún lọ́mú màá mọ̀ pé crèche yẹn ni mo máa lọ, mo ti máa lọ fún lọ́mú, màá dẹ̀ tún padà wá sí ìdí ọjà mi.
Our lead sponsor for the 2018-2019 is Chief Olufumilola Okunowo. He comes with a very high sense of responsibility and commitment to young people and to children, and we have worked with him to identify the theme for the dialogue, which is giving to our children.
For me, I have chosen for this program to support early learning, and yes, that's why I feel very strongly that market women who bring their children to the market, to trade, don't have any opportunity of all of these children going to school as and when they should. Therefore, if the one way of engaging them is to bring up a program that would enhance early learning for them, so by the time they get to the age of 4 or 5, when they then go to secondary school, primary school, they're already versed in they've acquired some knowledge that would see them through primary school very easily. Yes, so that's for me, it's important.
Because our theme for 2018 and 2019 is about children, we're going to focus a lot of attention on early learning, child nutrition and child development. It does not mean that we're going to drop on the other areas, so we're going to continue to work with the Lagos State government on all the investment areas, and we're going to continue to work with our implementing partners as is appropriate. In health, we're going to continue to promote universal health coverage and build the health workforce that is required, and we're going to continue the PHC for UHC advocacy, amongst other things. Early learning will involve supporting creches in Ikota, early learning in Ikota in collaboration with the Tabernacle of David. In Ibadan, we're going to be working with Oloye Lekon Alabi, who is the Agbakin of Ibadan, as well as the cultural ambassador of the Ife Museum, to establish and strengthen early learning centers in the Isale-Jebu area. The Olubadan is very happy for us to do that. In Ijebu, we're going to be working with our lead sponsors and the Awujale to also do the same thing, and also enabling women to be able to leave their children and be at work or at their enterprise without worrying about what's happening to their children. So we're going to build a robust movement as well as deepen our implementation around children, young people and health.
The I Will Give initiative has identified certain communities for intervention, particularly on early learning. Makoko is a community in terms of infrastructure, education and social amenities.
Community
in the nursery class, we have about 3 classes for them because there are many. So we try to divide them into those 3 classes, and we have a nursery 1, nursery 2, primary 1 to 6. What we are doing here, we are not doing it for, for our own self. We are doing it for the passion that we have for the community. And it's good if you can get help from outside. For this community, it will be very nice, as we are trying to make sure that the little we have, we impact it into the children. If we can get assistance from outside, it will make them to move to where they want to be in life.
Furthermore, I Will Give is engaging market women and creating opportunities for them to enhance their trade, thereby increasing their productivity and helping to build a better society.
Irúgbé mi ṣe ń tẹja yìí nsìn tí bá rí èèyàn tó máa assist mi, mo lè gbẹ́ja l'Abuja, mo lè gbé lọ Port Harcourt, mo lè gbé lọ East. Ibùgbọ́n tí bá lọ́pọ̀ síbítì gan máa ń yan, mo lè yan kí n send ẹ̀ sáwọn tó wà nílùú òyìnbó kó bá mi ta kán send owó sí mi sọ̀nà tá lè fi assist ara wa kò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ.
Mo wà ní Òyìngbò market, mo ń ta bọ̀lẹ̀. Kò sẹ́ni tí kò ní ìdí owó láyé tá a wà yìí. Tèmi náà bá tún rówó sí ọjà mi á tún gbé pẹ́ẹ́lí jù báyìí lọ.
There are four core principles and strategic, we sometimes call them strategic imperatives. So we define I Will Give as a multi-faith, because we have Christians, we have Muslims. It's a multi-stakeholder platform. And so the first core principle is we need to be as inclusive as possible. The principle of leaving no one behind. The second principle is transparency and accountability. You can't be transparent if you're talking to yourself alone. And so we hold in custody your gift to others. And that custody we have means that we need to be transparent. We need to tell you what we've done well, what we're not sure we're doing well, so that you can contribute to helping us to shape it. And we need to be honest. We are not going to get everything right, so we need the intelligence of others and the knowledge and experience of others to help us correct and learn by doing where we're not doing it well. So transparency and accountability is the second core value. We have stated what we expect, the results we expect by 2020. We need our subscribers and the general community to hold us to account and to be sure that we are on the path to go. So it's very important, it's a core principle for us to be accountable and to be held to account. The final core principle is that we are technology enabled. Technology is going to drive the world. The recent results from the Global Survey of Philanthropy says that more than 41% of giving comes from technology-enabled platforms. So the use of technology is a core principle because we can reach more people at a lower cost.
Chestrad are doing something that is very in tune with the kind of person that I am, and providing the structures and facilities that would help enhance philanthropic giving. It's important for people to recognize that giving people never lack, and therefore if you are placed in a situation where you are in a position to help others, certainly why not? So for me, yes, Chestrad represents a sort of structure that I would like to work with, and therefore it just goes still in the fact that I would like to participate in it.
Like the Oni of Ife said when we first went to him, he motivated us. He told us that we need to tell our stories to our children. This is an opportunity that Africa can tell its own story. My children will be told this story because we are documenting our progress, our lessons, our challenges as we go on, thanks to Rare Edge. So we're going to be telling our stories to our children. We're going to be building a new culture in our children. Not a culture of charity, but a culture of giving. I am because we are. The African spirit of Ubuntu. We give in Africa not out of charity, we give out of societal responsibility. That also motivates me. I want my grandchildren to see that. I want my great-grandchildren to see that. I want them to know that I am because we are, giving out care and caring out give.
Somebody came through here and did as much as God placed on his path to do. Be able to participate in community affairs, put my resources and my time into ensuring that the community is a lot better. And more importantly, to give thanks to God for all the opportunities I've had in my life. I've had a lot of opportunities that perhaps most people not have had, but I certainly want to thank God for that. So I would like to, for me, put back as much as possible into the society that has made me what I am.
Àjọjẹ ọdún bẹ́ẹ̀ nìkan ò bá ní, èmi á ṣe ìtọrẹ àánú.
Àjọjẹ ọdún bí ẹnìkan ò bá ní, èmi á ṣe àánú.
Orúkọ mi ni Abdulrasaq Ọláyíwájú. Mo ń ṣiṣẹ́ náà jọ ìdè, mo ń ta àpáta. Àjọjẹ ọdún bẹ́ẹ̀ nìkan ò ní, èmi á ṣe ìtọrẹ àánú.
I will give